Are we live? I don't know if we're live or not. Because it's saying that we're not able to broadcast on this game or something. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Italy, if you can hear me. For some reason, it's not working. I don't know if we are live or if we're not. Let me just have a quick check just to see. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Right then, I think we are live then, here in Monza. Sorry about that, guys. I get very panicky when things don't go well. But anyway, welcome to the Italian Grand Prix live here from the STB Racing League Season 19 Tier 2 Championship. We're here in the prestigious and historic venue of Monza. Unfortunately, Bram cannot be with me this evening. He's not having a very good week. So he, fortunately, will be missing out tonight. But you still have the amazing STB Maudi bringing you live coverage of this race. And I can't wait for this race. Do expect a lot of shouting. We've got 2 DRS straights. We've got the most straights. I don't even know what I'm saying. What I mean is we've got an incredible race. Slipstream Fest, that is Monza, the Temple of Speed here in Italy. So, you know what? I'm really looking forward to this Grand Prix. Currently, Nicky leads the qualification. He's in P1. 119.9, really putting down that marker. EQR, I'm going to call him Aiden. He's in the lead tonight. He's not on that. But yeah, he's a new driver with us this evening. So yeah, it'll be good to see what he can do here as he goes over the curve. That was a lovely little corner cut there from the Aston Martin. Fourth, he's also a new driver with us this evening in the Alpine. Yeah, I don't really know much about him. All I know is he's a very quick driver, obviously P4 at the moment. But obviously, a lot more drivers have got to set laps. One driver which I'm really rooting for tonight is KTFE Dan Souza. I always have discussions with him in the week, and he's not happy with how his season's gone so far, and he's hoping for a better performance. So yeah, I'm really rooting for Dan here tonight. But yeah, let's look at it. Tris on a lap. It would be good if I had Brown with me, because I can't commentate qualifying laps, guys, but I can try. Going to come across the line now as Kaiki has withdrawn the session. The only way, I don't know why I've got minimap on. He may have crashed it, I don't know. He's currently in P2, but he won't be happy with that. I know that he can improve. But Tris needs to win this Grand Prix in Italy to keep that championship alive with Nicky. Obviously, I will get the standings up in a moment. They've not. I don't know what they are after Portugal, but what I do know is it is very close at the top of that championship. And that's why I want Dan Souza to do really good as well, because Dan Souza is in that championship battle as well. Although he's had a few bad races, he's in there. So I'm looking forward. I love saying that phrase. I'm looking forward to this race, see how the championship's going to develop. Tris is 7 attempts up on his time. He's going to really commit for Ascari. Not as committed as he could have been, but a decent Ascari nonetheless, coming down the back straight to Alboreto curve. I don't even know that's the corner, but I do know that Parabolica was renamed in honour of Alboreto. And Tris is going to come to the line. Is this going to be a 119? Yes, it is. It's P1 provisional pole position to 119.890. But Aiden there goes P2, a 119.9. Ivan, P5. He's back in the league tonight, 120.2. And Ranzer also goes P4 there. So he's beaten Kaiki. But there's a very big gap as Tris has got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with F1X Ivan. That is, well, that's a bit weird. yeah, that's not good at all for him. Next then, dancing over the curbs. He's got the Ferrari behind him of Dan Souza. So Dan really needs a good qualifying here in Monza. He needs to show those doubters that he's got wrong. I don't even know if he's got any doubters, but you know, it's just good to throw in these phrases. Yeah, so Ferrari, a very good lineup in Dan and Bieber in, but they've not had the best of luck so far this season. So yeah, coming down the back straight then, Dan is 9 tenths up. This will put him around P6, P7 maybe, if he can, but I don't know really. I don't know what his first sector was like. Down the straight then, shortest run to the line. Is this going to be a 1:19? It's a 20.1. That's P4. I told him he needs to get up there as high as possible. At the moment he is P3 because Tris has got that 5-place grid penalty, but we're going to wait now for the drivers to set those all-important final laps in the session. Maffeo did actually crash earlier on in the session. I missed that while I was having some technical difficulties. Came out of the second Lesmo and just lost the back end and went into the wall and lost his tyre. So he'll be starting on I think, a fresh set of mediums. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. I love saying that. I've always said it. It'll be good to see. I always say that as well. But yeah, what is good to see is Nicky is P1. He's gone P1 again, 1:19.7. He's really on the pace. Really on the pace this season. And Nicky's just in a class of his own in terms of how he's done this season. I mean, did he win? I can't remember who won Portugal. It's really bad. What I do know is Nicky's leading the championship by, I believe, more than a win. So Tris at the moment starts 7th. So Tris really just needs a good race. He needs like a Hamilton-style Brazil race at this current stage if he wants to claw some points back in the championship. But anything can happen in STB. We've seen that. A lot of contact was made yesterday in Tier 1. A lot of aggressive driving from those guys. But, you know, you've got to be aggressive, you know, to get those positions. Dilemma then, 5 tenths up in the first sector. Very difficult to navigate this circuit. A lot of auto spin curves. And the sausage curves are very high on this game. So you can't really cut many corners. Dilemma's had a very bad second Lesmo there. That was very slow. Down the straight. I think he's going to be up. He's 7 tenths up, but it could have been a lot more if he would mess up that second Lesmo as he did. And navigate through Ascari now down the back straight. You can see all the drivers then. Aiden is out on the circuit. That's EQR, Aid, F1 her. Round Alboreto then, going to take the shortest run to the line. It's not going to be in the pit lane. It is going to be in the 120s, and it's a 120.4, puts in P9 between Milkman and Mex Andriux. So there you go. Ski Man's on a lap then. Let's see what he's going to manage in his Aston Martin. Slightly down in the first sector. Going to have to navigate this chicane. Navigates it pretty well. Could have been a bit better. But you know, when you get up to that chicane, it's very difficult because you're just anticipating where do you need to turn. Oh, you know, I don't want to cut the corner. I want to have a valid lap time. So, you know, all these things go through the driver's head. So, yeah, decent nonetheless. Then Ski Man coming through the second sector now. He's only 2 tenths up. Ski Man is one of the slower drivers in this division, and he's one of 2 crashers. As he's out of qualifying, that's going to cause a yellow flag then for the Alfa Romeo of AR Jack coming on now to start. Is that going to walk those soft tyres? Coming on a 20.9. Let's see. Aiden is on a lap then, so let's ride on board with the Aston Martin driver and let's see what he can achieve. His teammates out qualifying. What can he do on his STB debut? Really committing to those Lesmos. I don't know if he's going to have some dirty air though. Trix is going very slow. DRS for Aiden down the straight. Danny's also out on the circuit on a lap as well. Keep an eye on him. Aiden then slightly up. He needs to really commit for Ascari if he wants this pole position. Really committing to those curves. That was a great run round there. Here we go then down the straight. Very important to use low wings as well, I must add. Through Alboreto. Using all the track on the outside. Down to the line. It's a 19.8. It's only P2 for him. Dan Souza is now on a lap as well. The 10th down in the second sector. We've got some dirty air from the driver ahead of him. And he has messed that up. Ranzer then. Just under a 10th up in the first sector. We're going to keep an eye on Nicky and Tris as well. Tris has started his lap. Let's look at what Ranzer is going to do in the second sector. The battle for this pole position here. Ranzer needs to find 0.5 of a second. Oh, he's found 2 in the second. On the straight then, closest run to the line. It is going to be a 120 dead. It's P4. At the moment it will be P3 because Tris has got that 5 place penalty. And he'll be starting 8th on the grid at the moment. He's invalidated his lap time. And I think he will be 8th on the grid because everyone else can't set laps. So Tris is in trouble here in Monza. P8, that's directly in the midfield. Nicky on a lap as well now. Let's see if he's going to go any quicker. I don't think he will. He's gone into the pits. No, he's not. He's continuing on. Is this going to be pole position? Yes, it is. P1, Nicky, 119.5. And I do believe that is actually quicker than Tier 1 pole last night. That is a lap by Nicky F1 TV. Really stamping down his authority in this championship so far, and I'm here for it. Front row seat. Your grid then for the Italian Grand Prix with Tris's 5-place grid penalty for collision with Ivan. Your grid will be, let me calculate this up. First will be Nicky, second will be Aiden, third Ranzer, fourth will be Dan, fifth will be Kaiki, seventh I don't know, guys. I'm actually confused. All I know is everyone will go up and then Milkman will be P9. Mex will be P10. Crooken will be P11. 12th will be AR Jack. 13th will be Skiman. 14th will be Fieberin. And 15th will be Mafio. 16th, closing off the back of the field, will be Trixie. Trixie didn't have a very good qualifying. Really struggled in that session, it looked like. But yeah. I mean, there you go. There you go. That is your grid then for the Italian Grand Prix. Italy always delivers. And I believe this race is going to be no different. Tier 1 definitely delivered yesterday. There was some boring parts of the Grand Prix, but Tier 2 is, I would say, the raciest tier in STB. They're very, very racy. So I don't know why it's taking long to load. Guys, I get very anxious. Very anxious. When things don't load properly. But we're here in Monza, guys. We're here in Monza. Someone's already got started, looks like. So we're going to look at strategies then. Fibrin has opted for a set of medium. I think that is going to be the strategy from the drivers outside the top 10. So Crooken, Jack, Ski Man, Fibrin, Mafio and Trixie. Yeah, Crooken's gone for those mediums. Obviously, the top 10 will start on their qualifying tyres. So soft compound tyres for them. So yeah, Trixie's on softs, Mafio's on medium, Viberina's on medium, Ski Man is on soft compound tyres. AR Jack's gone for those softs. So it looks like AR Jack, Ski Man and Trixie are going for that aggressive start to the Grand Prix. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I do believe they're going for that aggressive strategy. Sorry, guys. I'm really preoccupied tonight. I don't like being on my own commentating until it gets to, you know, lap 1, when I can start shouting and just start going off my head for no apparent reason. So then, Crooken is going to be the lead medium runner. So, I'm actually looking forward to see what his battle is going to be like with Fibrin and Mafio, because obviously Trixie, Ski Man and AR Jack are all going to be at the back on softs. They're going to have a lot better grip. But yeah, I think Crooken, we could, if he stays out of trouble, we could be seeing him lead at some point in this Grand Prix. As he's starting on medium. So Trissier is in P8. As there was a McLaren off the circuit. That was Ivan. But yeah, Triss has got a lot of work to do here. If he wants to claw back those points. He's definitely got the pace. He's shown that in qualifying P3. But yeah, here we go then. My predictions, I think Nicky is going to win this Italian Grand Prix. I think he's definitely got the pace. He's shown that in qualifying, pole position. And he's been sublime all season, as Nicky. We had rain in Portugal last week. We've got no sign of rain here in Monza. It's a clear day for the drivers here as they pull up to their grid spots. This is the Italian Grand Prix live from Monza. You can see the flags there. The crowd going to go wild for the two Ferraris of Fibrin and Dan Souza. But my prediction is Nicky's going to win. But who is your prediction for this Italian Grand Prix? It's 2 lights, it's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights for the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights down, away they go. Great start there from Nicky. Ranzo gets off to a better start than Aiden's going to be alongside the Aston Martin as they go down to turn 1. Let's get the telemetry and all that malarkey up as they go down to 3 wide, and Dancer's had a great start. I can already hear the face. That's crucial for his race. There's been a crash at the back. Oh no, Mex has been spun round at the back there. That was a spinner. Aiden has been involved in a collision. He's all the way down in P12. Ski Man's P13. And Mafio's at the back in P16. I don't know what happened down at the back of the field there, but there was a lot of collision. There's been a crash. Fibrin has hit the back. Someone's hit the back. I think that's Ski Man. Yeah, Ski Man's lost his front wing. And there's action all down the field. We've got Mex Andriux. And someone span. I think someone span or they hit the curb. I don't know. A dilemma now right on the back of his fellow countryman Ivan. And it's been a great start from Dan Souza. He's already up in a P2. He's got 2 positions. And Mex has hit someone off the circuit. That's the flag and Nicky's gone. Nicky's out. What's going on here? It's all kicking off in Monza. I can't even keep up. This is insane. Triss is up in a P3. Koiki's P2. But what has happened to Nicky? There's been a crash. Very aggressive driving here in Monza. Ranzer is disconnected, but all I can say is Dan leads and Nicky is all the way down in P9. I have no idea what happened then. It just seemed like everyone was just on smoke the whole of that first lap. But Dan Souza leads the Italian Grand Prix. He's gone over the curve there. That's not going to help his floor. But yeah, that is pretty insane. I'm going to try to get Ranzer back in the lobby. Don't know if he's disconnected. I think he may have disconnected from Xbox because he was offline 1 minute ago. Wow, there you go. Pretty insane start here in Monza. I have no idea what took place as there's been... Oh, sorry, Nicky has got past Ranzer then. So Nicky's up in a P8. I don't know what happened to Nicky. It was actually in the lead as well. So he's made a mistake on his own, it looks like. But now Tris is going to be in that slipstream of the Red Bull. Milkman's going to go defensive. Aiden is on fire in Monza here today. He's already up in a P6 after having a very bad start. It's a sector 3 yellow. Is that going to cause a safety car? It's a virtual safety car. So a virtual safety car has been deployed here in Monza, and it's changed to a full course yellow. So it's a safety car then. That's going to bring Nicky back into play. It's going to bring Aiden back into play. It's going to bring everyone back into play in this Grand Prix. Well then. There you go. There you go. In Monza. I mean... The first lap is always crazy at Monza, but it's not been that crazy before, and Trixie's lost his front wing. He's going to have to claw back to the pit lane and get a fresh front wing on that car. But yeah, it's been absolutely chaotic at the start of this Grand Prix. I have no idea what has happened as Dan is in the pit lane. Same with Tris, same with Kaiki. Ivan's going to carry on. Milkman's in, Aiden's in, Nicky's in. Dilemma is in. So yeah, it's really kicking off. Let's see then what tyres the driver's going to go on. So Danny's on set medium. Tris is on mediums. Pikey's on mediums. Milkman is on medium. Aiden set a medium. Nicky, I believe, a set a medium. I'm not sure. I didn't see him. Is that a set of hards? That is a set of hards for Nicky, and it's a set of hards for Kaiki as well. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Dilemma on a set of medium. Rin is on a set of hards. This could help him out. It's got Mex on the back of him on medium. Trying to overtake those during safety car conditions. Right then. Well, I mean, we're just going to have to wait for the cars to go round and wait for the safety car to come in now, I guess. Drivers will be driving slower than usual. All the way in sector, all the way down here though. Lesmos. So yeah, I really don't know what happened on that first lap. It just looked like there was a lot of contact, a lot of just weird driving. There was just not a lot of respect out on the circuit. Yeah, there just wasn't a lot of respect out on the circuit, it looks like. And Trixie is out of the Italian Grand Prix under safety car. Now that is absolutely insane, as Maffeo is coming in the pits now. going to go on to set up medium. I've never understood why that Haas pit crew's blue. Never understood that. And he's onto a set of mediums. Yeah, I was correct. He's got a lot of time to claw back. And back out on the circuit then. So you have to join that queue and hope he can get a hurry on and stay out of trouble. But Dan then is in the net P1, but he's gonna have to get past Ranzer's AI, and he's gonna have to get past Ivan as well. And we know Ivan can be very aggressive when he needs to be, but he's not on the same strategy. So I don't really think he should really be defending the position with all his might, because it just won't work out. I just don't think it's going to work out, really. Right then. Is the safety car going to be in at the end of this lap? Right, we're going to have to wait another lap of this safety car nonsense. We're going to have to find out in the next few moments. But yeah, we're going to have to carry on again. So, safety car will be in next lap. So yeah, those of you joining us, very sorry about the boring safety car conditions, but this is what happens when drivers hit the curbs and go spinning off the circuit. Well then, let's have a look at the tyre situation. So let me get the details up. Tyres. So Ivan is on a set of softs. So he's I believe, the only driver not to box in this race, which has cost him, really. Dan then is the net leader of this Grand Prix. He's on medium. Fourth is Tris on mediums. Fifth is Kaiki on a set of hards. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. I don't know if those mediums are going to go off. I ain't got a clue. But we are going to find out later on in the Grand Prix as the race goes on. This could be Kaiki's race. Who knows? Sixth is Milkman on a set of medium. Seventh is Aiden, set of medium. Eighth is Nicky on hards. This could be his race, really. Dilemma's ninth with medium. Bieberin is 10th with hards. 11th is Mex Andriux medium. 12th is Jack with medium. 13th is Crooken with hards. And 14th at the back, as usual, is Maffio on a set of medium. So there you go. That is your classification so far, lap 6 of the Grand Prix. We are gearing up then. We are getting ready, and Ivana's gone. So it's all going to kick off now in Monza, as we'd expect. And it looks like that was a decent restart there from Ivan. And Dan has already got past Ranzer's AI. And Tris is going for the move on Dan. Oh, he was very quick down the straight. Has Dan got a problem or something? Because he was very slow down that straight. Like, really slow down that straight. But there's some frame rate issues. But yeah, Dan was very slow down that straight, and now we've got Milkman on the back of Kaiki. So it's not, you know, the gaps aren't really that much, and Crooken is in the pit lane for a set of sauce, so something's gone on there. And Maffio's lost 2 seconds to Andriux, so something's gone wrong at the back there. Right then, and Milkman's gone deep in the second Lesmo. That's going to get Aiden right on the back of him now. Very weird. I don't know why Dan didn't have very good straight line speed on that restart. That's a little bit weird, if you ask me. I don't know why his pace was so slow down the back straight, or down the pit straight, sorry. But he's now going to have to try and get back in that slipstream of Tris. But this is great for Tris's championship. as it stands, Tris gets a good 12 points over his rival Nicky. So there you go. But Milton's going to go defensive then on Aiden. You can't get the move done just yet. Dilemma's pass runs there. Freebrun's going to have to get a move on. And Maffio, I don't know what happened to Crooken though. I actually have no clue what happened to him. I do love that chicane. It's very, what's the word? Satisfying when the drives go around him. But what is also satisfying is Aiden now. He's right on the back of Milton. He's on some decent pace amongst these drivers around him. He's got Nicky behind him as well. I think Aiden's going to be thinking about making a move very soon in this Grand Prix. I'll tell you something though, Tris has burnt a lot of his ERS to try and keep in that DRS of Dan. Dan now is in the slipstream of Tris. He's got a lot better speed than he had on that restart. He's going to try to go around the outside of the German. Yes, he is around the outside. Mexers is out of the Grand Prix. I think that was in the pit lane though. But yeah, Dan is up in a P2. Well, there you go. There you go. Dan, back up in the position that he needs. I mean, that's amazing, really. Definitely doing what he needs to do for that championship. You know, there's so many races still left to go. And Fieberrin's off the circuit. Fieberrin, oh, he's having such a horrid time of things, isn't he? Such a horrid time. And talking of horrid times, that's Maffio. Oh, Maffio hitting the walls, spinning off. Oh, not really his day, is it? So it's all about this this horrible DRS train now. But Ivan is actually not losing as much time as I thought he would. And Tristan's going to have DRS again on the back of Dan. Dan's not going to go defensive. He knows he will have the DRS next lap. And we've got Nicky trying to pull out a move on Aiden, but he can't worry about Aiden's capitalised on Milton's mistake, and Milton span and drove into the side of the Aston Martin, and Aiden's lost the position. Oh, that's not very good. Now he's got Dilemma right on the back of him. He's going to be scared. Actually, he doesn't actually know the history of Dilemma this season. And Dilemma gets himself up in a P7. Aiden there loses 2 positions to Nicky and Dilemma there. So that is a big, big dilemma. I don't say so myself. And Dan has got back past Tris now. But Ivan is leading by 2.5 seconds. It's all kicking off here in Monza. Tris then back in that slipstream. Tris is very good at saving his ERS, and this is going to be crucial for him to be able to, well, win this race. He needs to win to keep the championship alive, but then Dan also needs to win to get himself some points on the board as well. And Kaiki has got some very good paces. Aiden is in the pits. But did he pick up some damage? Yeah, front wing damage there for Aiden. Another set of medium. So unlucky for him. I think that was the collision with Milton. He's losing the grip there. Yeah, Ivan is really in control of this Italian Grand Prix so far, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the gap to 2.4 seconds. It's not too bad from the McLaren so far, but he does have to box. Yeah, but anyway, Tristan back in that slipstream. He's really pushing hard, and he's got a lot of ERS. Just see what Tris actually does to save that ERS. Because I couldn't save it to 90% when I'm at the back of someone, so definitely is interesting. And Koiki's still in that DRS then of these two drivers, as Nicky has cleared Milkman now. So Nicky's making some progress in this Grand Prix. And Tris is alongside the Brazilian, side by side. He's got the move done, and they don't even need to go side by side. In turn 1, and Dan's had a bit of a moment there at turn 1, and now Ivan has lost 3/10 at that first point. So the tyres are going off slightly. He lost a lot of time actually. Yeah, he's actually lost a lot. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time. He's struggling on those softs now. He's running in such good position. He's lost a second because those tyres are probably just gone now. Right then, Dan needs to get himself back in. I can't speak. Get himself back in that zone now. And try and fight on to Tris. I think Ivan will be boxing at the end of this lap. Right then, let's see. Is Ivan going to box? Yes, he is. He's in the pit lane. I thought Tris was boxing then. It's a set of mediums for the McLaren. Set of mediums. So Koiki is out of that all-important DRS. Dan, though, needs to keep in that DRS. He needs to keep in that DRS of Tris. Because Tris has got lots of ERS to play with. Let me tell you that now. He's got a lot of ERS. He's got about 20% more than Dan at the moment. Dan has also got that DRS as well. So it's crucial, absolutely crucial to keeping that DRS, especially at Monza, you know, and that slipstream, and that effect that you get. Yeah. Right, another take mode. Going to be DRS again then for the Ferrari. Here we go, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's going to late break them for the Williams, and he's got the move done. Dan back in a P1, this is what he needs, this is what he wanted, this is what he's wanted for weeks. He's wanted, you know, driver, you know, he's actually wanted a good race where he can drive to his better, you know, drive to his best of his ability, and he can actually get some decent overtakes and get some good moves done. So, very happy for Dan at the moment. P1 as it stands, and Koiki could help out his fellow Brazilian here. But I'm interested to actually see how those hards are going to compare later on in the Grand Prix, because those mediums are going to be going off. But then again, oh no, he's not gonna try it. I think drivers will probably try that in Tier 3 tomorrow night. To be fair, Dan's had a very bad Ascari. Caught out by that. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm excited to see how those hards are going to perform. Purely because, just because obviously the mediums are going to wear off, whereas the hards they're going to go to the end of the Grand Prix. But Tris now back in that DRS, 84% ERS as well, so he's definitely got more to play with. Compared to the Ferrari, he's just going to breeze past. He's going to breeze past the Ferrari, and he's up into P1 And Nicky has breezed past Kaiki as well. He's up into P3. Great start from Nicky, and he's on the hard compound tyres as well. Nicky's just on fire 24/7. 24/7. Nicky's just on it. And this is why he's leading that championship by so many points, because he's just so consistent, so quick. But yeah, Tris needs to win this race for the championship. Right, it's going to be slipstream again then for the Brazilian. It's all about this slipstream effect round Monza. You know, it's not a track like Hungary, as we said in Tier 1 last week, or Netherlands. You know, where you have to actually be a good driver to navigate through the circuit. Here is keeping the DRS, keeping the slipstream, wait for the moment to get a better run out of Alboreto, and there you go. Tweety's like overtake done. So there you go. That's it basically. That's basically the secret to Monza. If anyone knows any other secrets about Monza, please tell me before Tier 3 tomorrow. That would be very very helpful, thank you. But yeah, Dan looks like he's struggling a little bit in that turbulent air of the Williams. You know, even though there's that slipstream effect, DRS, ERS, all that malark, we still have the unfortunate effect of dirty air. And that's definitely hurting Dan at the moment. The lobby's glitched a bit, so I don't actually know what the gap is. It's definitely DRS range. I don't think it's going to be close enough. He's definitely going to close that gap down the pit straight. 6 tenths then is that gap. It's going to close, it's going to close, it's going to close to under 4 tenths. I'm here for this race, quite frankly. Guys, he's back in that DRS of Nicky, who's in the DRS of Dan now. So this could be a very interesting 4-way fight for P1 here. Mediums versus hards. But have the medium runners made a mistake? I don't know. I don't know the strategy. Crooken's back in the pit lane. He's had a really unlucky race here in Monza. I don't know if Monza is a track that he enjoys or he knows or he likes. I don't know. But all I know is he's had a shocker. He's really not been... I think he had a collision in the opening stages of the Grand Prix, so it just weren't really... didn't really start well. Right then, Dan Souza. 7 tenths is the gap, so it looks like Tris is very good in that middle sector. When he gets those tyres warmed up and he gets himself, you know, on it, he's very good in that second sector, and that's crucial here in Monza because, you know, if you... I don't actually know what I'm saying. What I do know is Dan is able to close a lot down that pit straight. But he needs to be around, I believe, probably 6 tenths, the gap, maybe 5 tenths to be able to actually make a move. But then he's got that dirty air, and Tris is very good in the second sector, it looks like. But it's hard to see, really. Because look at that dirty air, and Nicky's had a bad... Oh, that's not very good there for the German. Didn't have a very good run, did he, round there? Right, Dan's found some momentum now. He's got more ERS to play with. And it's sector 3 and Milkman is out and he's crashed it on the exit of his car and it's safety car. It is a safety car and that is great timing because everyone's going to go on softs now. Imagine if that was literally 5 seconds after. That would have been insane because Tris, Dan, all them wouldn't have boxed. That could have been, that would have been crucial really. But yeah, Milkman is out of the Italian Grand Prix. That's a disaster for him. Well, I'll tell you something. Crocken is going to be over the moon with this. Over the moon. And everyone is out on a set of softs. Ivan as well, this has helped him get back into it. Aiden as well, he was running low down. A set of softs for everyone. That is pretty. This is going to be good. This is going to we're now going to find out the true pace of everyone. And don't count out Nikki and Koiki, because even though they were on hards, they had pace. They had true pace. So watch out for Nikki, especially Koiki as well, because I do know Koiki is a very good driver around Monza. So watch out. The top 4 battle is going to be crazy. Dilemma's going to get involved. Fever in. We've got Matteo here. Jack's back in. So yeah, this has helped out a lot of drivers here in Italy. So yeah, I mean, this is it then. Right then, so still got to actually catch up to the safety car though. But I think Aiden is going to be on the charge here. He's going to be on that charge. Right then, your second safety car. Milkman unfortunately crashed it on the exit of Ascari, which has caused this safety car meeting. I don't know what I want to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry. All I know is Crooken's got a lot of time to make up if we want this race to get going as quickly as possible. We don't always want to be under safety car all the time. We don't want to be, you know, because personally I find it boring under the safety car. Even when I'm racing, I don't like safety car. It's very boring, you know, just like 120, 80 miles an hour. You know, it's not fun. It's not what we want in Formula One. So, I mean, I understand. You know, you got to bring out a safety car for drivers crashing and things and debris. But personally, I don't like it. I find it boring. You know, it's good for actual, you know, spectators and people watching it on the TV, because they can easily just go, you know, make a cup of tea or I don't know, whatever, and then get back for the racing. But yeah, it's just boring. Anyway, Tristan leads the Italian Grand Prix. He's going to go off the great restart. Dan, though, needs to react here in Monza. He needs to react to Tris's bolting. Then we've got Nikki and Kaiki. They also need to react to not lose too much time. So this is going to be a very fun Grand Prix restart here in Monza. And Tris is going to bolt now. No, he's not. He's leaving it early, he's leaving it early, sorry, leaving it very late, he's leaving it late, and he's bolted out of the Alboreto corner, and now Dan is going to have to get in that slipstream and get on him, but Nick is on him as well, and now Pikey's on him, and everyone is in the slipstream. It's going to kick off down into Ratafidio, and Aiden, as I said, is going to be on that charge. There's been some calamity. There's a McLaren off the circuit dilemma. Put there for the McLaren. Broke himself or done something, but Koike needs to get past him now. Koike needs to get through. Koike needs to get through. He's losing time. Oh, here we go. That is what we want. And dilemma now is going to get involved as well. And Maffio's going to get involved in this as well. So it's all kicking off. Maffio, great. Look at that. Look at that switchback move. And he's up into P7, but now he's got Jack right on the back of him still. He's got Ivan on the back of him, and Cook is on the back of him. Aiden has gone down to P11. So he's really not had a good restart to this rock. And Dilemma's out! Dilemma has crashed out of the Italian Grand Prix. That is a disaster for him. Absolute disaster for the Spaniard. Yeah. There's so much action, guys. I love Monza, but I don't at the same time. It's difficult. But yeah, Dan then needs to get this pace back up now. Because now he's out of this DRS range. That's so important around this Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. Dilemma has retired from the Italian Grand Prix. Yeah, he has nothing to show. And Koike, what's happened to Koike? Koike's made a mistake. Oh no, that's a disaster. Koike's made a big mistake there. And I'll tell you something, Maffio's got some decent pace now on the back of Bieberin. I don't know how drivers have not got penalties yet. It's actually really weird to me how drivers have not got penalties around Monza. Like this is the unknown for F1 2021. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to seeing no penalties at Monza. This is weird. But yeah, Koike. I said he was going to be on it. I said, didn't I? I said. Well, it's not Jack's day either on the looks of it. That's not. That weren't very good, was it, from the Alfa Romeo? Gonna have a van on the back of him as well. Aiden is just not. I don't know if he's got damage or he's really struggling, but he's in the slipstream now with AR Jack. But yeah, Jack's up the inside. Oh, that was a bit aggressive there. Oh, there you go. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. It always kicks off in STB. That's why we love these races. But yeah, Dan's back in the command now. He's back on that pace. This is what we want from Brazil. Brazil que manja, as they say. It's DRS time. Here we go then. Oh, this is going to be good for Maffio as well. But Dan is going for the move. No, he's not. He's back to back out the last minute. And Nick is round the outside as well. And he's been hit by the Brazilian of Dan. That was aggressive driving there, but it had to be done really, because you know if Dan lost a position there, that would have been curtains. Yeah, there's some battling going on here. We've got Ivan now in the slipstream of Cooken. They come down to Alboreto. Is Ivan going to get the move done? Cooken's going to have the inside line. Let's just pat there then. Ivan's going to have to use that DRS. Talking of DRS, Dan's in that slipstream. He's going to get the move done. Up in a P1, there you go. Ivan's got the move done on Cooken as well. Jack's closing in. Yeah, it's all kicking off. And Matt is up in a P4 as well. Here we go. I'll tell you something, Matt's got some very good pace. He's not that far away from the top three, you know. He's not that far away from the top three. He can see the top three. He can see a podium in sight. Hey up. He can see Matt can see a podium in sight here. If these three keep battling, wow, there you go. Anyway, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because you know we've still got 3 opportunities for him to spin yet. So, Tris then, he's gonna have to, well, get a move on if he wants to win this race. Nick is just going to keep... I think Nicky's keeping back. I think Nicky's, you know, going to bide his time a bit, as Kaiki now is looking pretty... yeah, he's looking pretty good. Matthew's had a bit of a mistake there, but Tracy's back in that DRS. And talking of DRS, Fieberin is back past Maffio. It's been a decent race for Ferrari, P1 and 4. If that happened in real life, the Tifosi would be lapping it up. Lapping it up. With some spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese. And, honestly, love to Italy. Love to Italy. Yeah, unfortunately we don't actually have any Italian drivers in Tier 2. I think there is an Italian tomorrow. Is it Pirillo? I think that's the only Italian though, so yeah, do watch out for him. He'll be in action tomorrow. 2 Italian races actually, Monza and Imola next week. But let's stop talking nonsense now, because Tris has got one. He's got one assignment to complete, and it's to get past Dan. And Nicky's got 2 assignments to get past Tris and Dan. So there we go. Maffio's got 1 assignment, don't spin. There you go then. Dan is going to be shivering in his boots. He's going to be shivering in that cockpit. Talking of shivering, Tris is really shivering up those timing sheets there. 22.4 last lap. And Dan is now going defensive. He wants this win. He wants this win here in Monza. And he's going to do everything to bring the race win home. This is reeling in Maffio and Fieberin and Kaiki now. So these 3, if they can keep, you know, keep that DRS, keep that slipstream, these 3 keep battling, this could be tasty for the final lap if anything does take place up ahead. I'm not going to lie though, this is looking pretty tasty. This is looking pretty tasty for this final lap then. Tris then back in that DRS. Back out. Here it is then, it's final opportunity for the German. It's a final opportunity for Dan as well to get defending. He has got that 1 assignment, Dan, come on. I'm rooting for Dan here. I'm really rooting for him in this Grand Prix. He needs a good exit out of Alboreto. And he just needs to get right. He just needs to get right on the exit. But no, I don't know. You know, I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if he can do it. He's got no. Oh, Maffio's gone! Oh no! What has happened? Maffio's out. Oh, Maffio! Oh, and Tris has got past Dan as well. We missed that. Oh God, what's happened to Nicky? Nicky's down. What has happened in Monza? Nicky's down to P5. Oh no, that's a disaster. Oh, and Dan's picked up. No, Dan's picked up a penalty. Oh no. Oh. Oh, Dan Souza. Oh. Still though, it's been a much better race for the Ferrari. But talking of better races, here we go. Kaiki in that slipstream of Fieberin now. Here we go. I don't know what happened to Nicky though. That's a disaster for him. Absolute disaster. But Tristan is going to come across the line to win the Italian Grand Prix. And Dan's actually going to drop to P4. Oh no. With that penalty. I don't know why, but the frame rate is so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, Fieberin is your driver of the day. I would say driver of the day. I don't know, you know. I don't think there was like an outright... I don't think there was an outright dominating driver tonight. I don't... Yeah, But I think today, for me, is going to go to Dan Souza. Yeah. Probably because I'm biased, but, you know, it's good to be truthful in this game of Formula 1. First then is Tris, second Fieberin, third Kaiki. Sorry, driver of the day is Tris, sorry, let's not start now. Tris actually got fastest lap as well, so that is crucial for his championship chances. Second Fieberin, third Kaiki, podium for him finally in STB Tier 2. Fourth, Dan Souza, fifth, Nicky, sixth, Ivan. Seventh will be Crooken, eighth is Aiden, ninth is Jack, 10th Ranzer, 11th Mafia. They were both classified. But your non-finishers were F1X Dilemma, Milkman, Mex Andriox, Trixie, and Ski Man. That was your classification. That is your results then for the Ian live from Monza. So that's it then. That is it for Monza. I mean, very unlucky for most of the grid here tonight. So that is it then. That sums up your Italian Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us here this evening. You can join us tomorrow. Well, you can join Maffio tomorrow, sorry, for the TF Italian Grand Prix. If you don't want to watch that, which would be a sin really, considering that I am racing. If you don't want to watch that, you can join us next week for the first ever STB Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. But we'll see you next time. And thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the Tier 3 Italian Grand Prix.